You first some poems that have been translated, so they're not really my poems. So I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna first start off in Spanish because I think that if I read it first in English, they're not gonna listen to me when I read it in Spanish. So if I read it first in Spanish, you might even attempt to listen to it, as opposed to not caring because you already heard it in English. So if you don't like Spanish, you're fucked. Mujer vende a Dios en el metro, chaquetas embriagadas, le dicen que este no es el lugar para su Jesús. Jesús está en el tren. Ella dice, Jesús es el chofer. Tipa, por lo menos dice que Jesús está en la vía, piensa el poeta. Jesús es el deseo para decirle que se lo empuje, murmura el 5. En lo que ve porno en su iPod, un borracho apestoso se para. Mis pantalones están desgarrados, he roto mis zapatos. El cínico grita, así que tú eres Jesús. Mujer, vete para el otro carro, llévate este Jesús apestoso contigo. 10-cent Jesus. Woman sells God on the subway. Tipsy suits tell her this is not the place for her Jesus. Jesus is on this train. She says, Jesus is the driver. At least say Jesus is in the tracks, lady, thinks the poet. Jesus is the desire to tell her to stuff it, whispers the cynic, while looking at porn on his iPod. A smelly, ripped pants drunk stands up, my pants are ripped. I ripped my shoes, the cynic yells. So you're Jesus, woman. Get to the next car, take this stinky Jesus with you. That poem is by Rod Gabriel. He's my publisher. Wait, give me a second. Publishing my first book. It comes out in January. It's real, concrete. You can touch it if you want. I only got one. I got a couple copies, but I got these. These are by Delphine Lecomte. Matt DeJohnny from Eve's Jargon. He sent me this, and I got 4 copies. I got 5 I brought here. If anybody wants them, feel free to pick them up. I'm gonna leave them right there. Don't hit each other for it though. You know, I don't want no violence. It's not good. This next poem is from a friend of mine from Puerto Rico. His name is Cofre or Alfredo Pérez Jurado. And once again, I'm going to read it in Spanish first. It's called Consumorista Amor. Corre, amor. Corre. Corre, amor mío, corre, que te patentizo. No dejes que te haga mercancía de mi poesía. Brincando de poema en poema cada vez que se me antoje consumir tinta en un papel. Corre, amor mío, corre, que te patentizan. Aléjate de tu casa, de tal calle, de X urbanización. No te encuentres al alcance de precios. Escóndete de los que te contratan y adquieren derechos. Los que auspician y consumen. Y ahora de seguro te consumirán y te auspiciarán. Tú empaquetá en la vitrina, loca porque te saquen de la tienda. ¿A qué precio? Yo empaquetado en mi vitrina, sin poder comprarte. Ambos destinados al combustible, a los vehículos, a los anuncios, a la propiedad privada y a la deuda. ¿A qué precio? Corre, amor mío, corre, que nos patentizan. Consumerist love. Run, my love, run, because I want to patent you. Don't let me turn you into a commodity of my poetry. Jumping from poem to poem, each time whim takes me to consume ink on page. Run, my love, run, because they'll patent you. Leave your home in that street, an ex-suburb. Don't find yourself at the grasp of prices. Hide from those who will contract you and keep the rights, who will sponsor and consume, and now surely they'll consume and sponsor you. You, packaged on display, crazy to be freed from this store. At what price? I'm packaged on display, unable to buy you. We are destined to fuels, to vehicles, to advertisements, to private property and to debt. At what price? Run, my love, run. They want to patent us. And this one is called Gato, Poema y Notas. It's also from my publisher, Rod Gabriel. He has a website too. It's called litchaos.com if you want to check it out. No era gran cosa, las hojas de arce se estaban volviendo un rojo almibarado y caían a la acera. Gente caminaba sus perros en la acera, cargando sus bolsitas. Carros paseaban, un avión proyectaba su cuchillo a través la gelatina del cielo. Gatos jugaban en el patio, changos nidaban en las muletas de árboles viejos. No era gran cosa hasta que las gomas se resbalaron. Notas, es una cosa increíble, una reliquia de verdad. El padre, un hombre de apariencia gracioso, de Londres, había tenido una esposa de Indonesia que siempre corría por todos lados casi desnuda. Bien terrible. Ella se desapareció un día. Él dijo que no entendíamos cómo ella no podía bregar con los Estados Unidos. Ya no importa. Ellos vivían en la casa al lado del mío, pero no tan grande. El mío es mejor que el de la calle. Su esposa nueva volvió para Texas después del accidente. Ella era mona, más de mi gusto que la filipina. Pelo corto, nariz pequeño, pecas y dientes grandes. Me gustan dientes grandes y fuertes en una mujer. Le da carácter. Su nombre era Katy, o una K. Me sentía mal por ella. Ella vino una noche para darme algunas de sus cosas antes que empaquetara y se largara. Me dejó el gato del nene. Ahora tengo 3. ¿Cuál es una jodienda? Pero no podía decir que no. Le quise preguntar que se quedara conmigo, que se mudara. Yo la sentía tan necesitada. Ella perdió todo lo que le importaba, pero volvió a su hogar, para Texas. Lo increíble fue que encontraron el poema en la ruina. Me lo dio con el gato, Rusty. Dijo que lo publicara, así que aquí está para que todos lo lean. Ese maldito accidente, esas hojas resbalosas. So it's cat poem and notes. It wasn't much of anything. The maples were turning syrupy red and falling at the sidewalks. People walked dogs on the sidewalk, carrying their little bags. Cars ambled past. A plane cast its knife across the jelly in the sky. Cats were playing in the yard. Crows brooded in the crutches of old trees. It wasn't much of anything till the tires slipped. Notes, it's an amazing thing. A relic, really. The dad, a funny-looking man from London, he had an Indonesian wife, always running around half-dressed, bad skin. She disappeared one day. He said we couldn't understand how she couldn't take the U.S. Not important now. They lived in the house next to mine, not quite as big. Mine's the best on the street. His new wife moved back to Texas after the accident. She's cute, much more my type than the Filipino wife. Short hair, small nose, freckles, and big teeth. I like big, strong teeth in a woman. Gives them character. Kathy was her name, with a K. I felt really bad for her. She came over one night to give me some of her stuff before she packed up and left. She left the boy's cat with me. Now I have 3, which is a handful, but I couldn't say no. I wanted to ask her to stay with me, move in. She seemed so needy. She lost everything that mattered, but she went back home, all the way back to Texas. The amazing thing is they found a poem in the wreck. She gave it to me with the cat, Rusty, said to publish it. So here it is for all of you to read. Damnedest thing, that accident, those slippery leaves.
Yeah! Woo!